there ain't no stopping us.
Hey guys, what's up? Jeff here again to orient your fitness in the right direction, and today I want to go over with you guys a common muscle imbalance that occurs in your shoulder between your deltoid and your rotator cuff. And your deltoid is your larger superficial muscle in your shoulder. It's your larger superficial strong muscle. It does actions like raise your arm up in front of you, behind you, sideways like that. And your rotator cuff is 4 smaller stabilizer muscles beneath your deltoid. So these include your subscapularis, your infraspinatus, your teres minor, and your supraspinatus. So those 4 muscles, they help to stabilize the ball of your shoulder socket right there, into the socket itself. So your deltoid, they pretty much act as this thing called a force couple. So they work together. For example, when you raise your arm up like that, away from you, what's happening with your rotator cuff as your deltoid is doing that action, your deltoid is pretty much raising your arm, it's raising your humerus up and away from you. So it's pulling your humerus up superiorly and away. That's what your deltoid is doing. And your rotator cuff, while that's going on, is it's stabilizing the ball or the head of your humerus into the shoulder socket. So it's providing this horizontal stabilizing force into the shoulder socket. So the prime job of your rotator cuff, many people say it's things like external rotation or whatever. The prime job of the rotator cuff is stabilizing that ball into the shoulder socket. That's what its main job is, and it's a very important job. Very important. And this is what's going on as you're raising your arm up, the rotator cuff stabilizing it in as you raise your arm up. But if you work out in the gym a lot, you can get this muscle imbalance that I'm about to talk about. And here's what can happen to you if you're not careful. Say you work out your deltoid a lot in the gym, you work it out a lot. Here's what can happen. So your deltoid gets very hypertrophied, it gets larger, it gets stronger, but you neglect your rotator cuff. And now what can happen is, remember how I said the deltoid muscle, it pulls up superiorly on your humerus? Here's what can happen. So the rotator cuff now is too weak compared to your deltoid. The deltoid is so overpowering that as you raise your arm up like that, your deltoid's pulling up on your humerus, and your rotator cuff can't provide that stabilizing force now. So now your deltoid pulls up on your arm, and your arm actually comes up like that. And it starts jamming structures right in this space right here. And I've talked about this space many times. It's called the subacromial space right in your shoulder, very important. It has several important structures in there, like your subacromial bursa, that helps to reduce friction there. You have your long head of the biceps tendon, so your biceps runs through that space. Your supraspinatus tendon, that runs through that space, that's run over your 4 rotator cuff muscles. So you have many things running through that space, so you can start jamming those things in there now. And then you can get a shoulder injury, like tendonitis or rotator cuff tear potentially. So you want to reduce the chances of this happening. So how do you work out your rotator cuff? Many people, they say to do face pulls, and yes, that does target your rotator cuff, but there's a better way to do it. There's definitely a better way, because the thing is, and these people don't know this, I provide so much good information, my God. Okay, so as you raise your arm up away from you, you're really using your deltoid now. So with face pulls where you have that rope and you're pulling like that into that double bicep pose, it's really a great rear delt exercise. It's really targeting your rear delt, but whenever you bring your arm away from you, you're using your deltoid now. It's turning on. So it's your deltoid doing most of the work when you're doing face pulls. So there's a better exercise. A better way is to make the deltoid not involved now. Turn it off. How do you do that? You have your elbow at the side of your body now. So say there's a cable machine right there. I'm going to pull this way with my arm. I'm standing next to the cable machine. I'm going like this. So resistance is this way. I'm going this way. So now I'm targeting my rotator cuff. Great exercise for it. Say 3 sets of 15 for that. And that's a great exercise. If you don't have a cable machine, lay sideways on a bench in your gym. Do the same move, except now you're going up against gravity sideways. So do that, same thing, with a light dumbbell. So you can do that too. And that's going to help to reduce this muscle imbalance between your deltoid and your rotator cuff. You really want to work out your rotator cuff. Do those at the end of the workout though, the rotator cuff stuff, because they are stabilizer muscles, so work them out at the end. And hopefully you enjoyed this information. In the future, I think my greatest, I have to say, the greatest thing about me, I don't think it's my fitness knowledge, I think it's my creativity. So in the future, I'm going to do a 180-degree turn on this channel. It's going to go entertainment. And you might have some people on YouTube, they might even hate me when I go this path, but I'm fine with that. This is the path I'm gonna go down in the future, and that's gonna make my channel explode into one of the biggest fitness channels on here. You will see, perhaps 2 years from now. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but around that time frame is when I'll go down this path. But anyways, thumb up this video, comment, subscribe, and also I have my best posture tips and all that in the first link down below. Click that link, it'll take you there. My greatest tips, video each week. Go check it out. This has been Jeff once more, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.